Sometimes the future doesn't arrive with warning sirens. Sometimes it appears quietly on a cracked wall at the corner of an unloved street, painted by a man no one ever bothered to look at twice. His name was Elias Romero, 42 years old, street painter, homeless for most of the last decade. To the world, he was just another shadow drifting across forgotten sidewalks. But to the people who lived in the broken neighborhoods of East Aurora, Elias was the man who painted dreams. He painted wishes he could never afford, homes he would never live in, joy he couldn't remember feeling. Maybe that's why his murals mattered, because a man who had nothing kept giving beauty to a place that felt abandoned. At least, that's what everyone believed, until one morning a mural changed everything. It appeared overnight on the side of an abandoned bakery, a burning subway station, smoke swallowing the ceiling, commuters running with bodies twisted in panic. It looked like a nightmare torn from a future no one had lived yet. And the strangest part, Elias didn't remember painting it.
He told the shop owner the image simply appeared in his mind, a whisper at 3 a.m., a pressure behind his eyes, like someone else was guiding his hand toward a truth he didn't want to see. Most people walked past it, some joked about it, a few posted photos online. But 72 hours later, the mural stepped out of paint and into reality. A gas leak at the East Line station erupted during rush hour, an explosion almost identical to what Elias had painted. Same smoke, same collapsing ceiling, same frantic bodies clawing for escape. When the news footage went viral, people compared it to the mural on the bakery wall, and the resemblance was terrifying. In a single afternoon, Elias went from invisible to the most discussed man on the internet. Reporters hunted for him. Conspiracy channels labeled him a messenger. Reddit crowned him the prophet painter. But someone else noticed too. Someone who didn't believe in coincidences. The FBI. They found Elias sitting where he always sat, on a milk crate under an overpass, paint-stained fingers gripping a cheap brush, staring at a half-finished mural of a bridge twisting apart in the wind. When they asked how he predicted the disaster, Elias only shook his head. He said he didn't predict anything. He only painted what he felt, a weight in his chest, a pressure in his skull, a future already happening somewhere he could not see. Agents searched his belongings. No devices, no notebooks, no manifestos. Nothing but brushes, paint, and the silence of a life filled with pain. Experts were brought in, psychologists, neuroscientists, analysts, trying to answer the impossible question. Was Elias seeing the future or breaking under his past? Before they could decide, another mural appeared, this time on the wall of a train depot. A bridge fractured in the middle, cars hanging like broken teeth over a dark river. Elias swore he hadn't painted it. He insisted he had gone to sleep early, but witnesses claimed they saw him, or someone who looked exactly like him, painting under the streetlights at 4 a.m., moving slowly, dreamlike, as if his body wasn't entirely his own. 48 hours later, exactly where Elias's mural had shown. The FBI could no longer pretend it was coincidence. They brought Elias in again. This time, not as a suspect, but as a mystery.
Reliving trauma.
Hours of interviews, memory tests, brain scans, every angle explored. But the more they studied him, the clearer one truth became. Elias wasn't trying to see the future. He was trying to outrun it. Every mural, every warning, every chaotic image, these weren't predictions. They were echoes, shadows of memories he had buried, scenes he had lived through as a child, in a home filled with fire, violence, and a family he could not save. His trauma had carved images into his mind so deeply that he saw danger everywhere. His art wasn't prophecy, it was pain, trying to protect a world the way he never could protect the ones he loved. A psychologist finally said the words no one expected. Elias isn't foreseeing disasters, he's reliving them. A week later, they let him go. No crime, no conspiracy, just a man carrying more sorrow than any canvas could hold. Today, some of his murals fade in the rain. Others sit behind glass, guarded, preserved,
pieces of a city that only realized his value when it was too late. And people still argue about him. Was he a prophet? A victim? A warning? Maybe he was none of those. Maybe Elias was a mirror, a man whose broken pieces reflected the world's broken future. Or maybe, just maybe, some walls really do know what's coming long before.